Hey guys, I'm Gavin. I'm the roleplay sec for Games and Roleplay Society currently, and I'm just going to go with a quick rules recap of how the rules of Westmarches works. I know not everybody wants to read a massive slog, so I made this video to kind of just explain some of the concepts of the rules to make it easier if you don't understand and get started. So first of all, I'm just going to go over the different channels that we have in the Discord, because I know, for example, starting on Westmarches, not a lot of people have used Discord before, so I thought I'd go over and explain how that works. So, the first channel that you should have seen, probably to get this video, for example, is the Rules channel, and pretty much, there's not going to be a script for this video, because a lot of it is just in Rules. This is kind of just clarifying some more complex points. But Rules is basically a long wall of text that explains all of the rules to make it easier for people to understand. You just go there, any rules question you have, it's probably answered. If it's not answered in there, send us a message, but most things are clarified in there. We then have an important documents channel, and this is generally documents that players need. So for example, heaven forbid you need to use it, there is a complaints form. If we're not doing something right, or you think something should be changed, submit a response to that, and we'll get around to addressing it. Been about a few weeks after you put it in. We do videos addressing complaints, and they can be seen on this YouTube channel. But also, more importantly, as I'm going to get on in a moment, that is where you can find the adventurous log that you need to print off and bring to sessions. The world info channel contains some background information about the world, such as the laws of the town of Loudwater and the surrounding area. There is a little bit on goblin naming culture if you're interested in playing a goblin and stealing people's names. That's pretty fun. And we also have a brief description of some of the areas of town, what's in town, and what you might want to do in town. In the next few days from now, if you're watching this in the near distant future, the video will definitely be on. We're going to put a link to the Year 1 summary video that basically just summarizes everything that happened in the first year, the 2018 to 2019 cycle of Westmarches. It will be up to date till about the 20th of October 2019. So anything that happened from when we started to then, nice little summaries for you to understand. That will definitely help with world info. And it things your character will learn over time. The general channel is basically used for general questions in our character discussion. So maybe you want to discuss a game mechanic. Maybe you want to discuss something that you're confused about for Westmarches. Or maybe you just want to go, hey guys, have you seen this episode or something? You know, just general chat. That's what it's for. I don't think I need to explain that one. It's pretty self-explanatory. Looking for group is an interesting channel. It's basically where you can request a quest. So maybe you've read in the quest hooks channel, which I'm going to go into next, but you've read that there is a fort that was not finished being just explored. You might be like, hey guys, I want to explore that. Anybody fancy doing that with me? You say yes or no. If you have enough interest, we'll run it for a quest. It's simple as that. Really good way to explore your backstory. We've had characters say, hey guys, there's this person in my backstory that is going to come and kill me. You might have some mercenaries. Can't we go and sort those out to send a message? People will be like, yes. That kind of thing. So if you want to request a quest, that's the place to do it and get some interest. The quest hooks channel is basically where when you go on a quest and there's something left unanswered or something mysterious, make a post concise explaining that specific thing, and then later on people can use those quest hooks and pick them up and explore them later on. Player characters channel is a place for you to put like your name of the character, a picture of the character, and a brief summary of what they look like, things like that, just so that people can, when you're talking to them in the Discord, can know what your character looks like, what they're like, things like that. Memes, pretty self-explanatory, just post funny pictures. The Split River is an interesting channel. What it is used for is it's people talk in character as if they were in a tavern. So they're like drinking, having fun, and talking about things that happened. And one of the things we encourage players to do at the end of quests is to enter that channel and tell people in character what happened so other people's characters are aware of it. And that is really, really exciting. I encourage you, if you are in this game, introduce your character in the Split River in character, talk about them, and then talk to other people in character, and then when you get on quest, come back and say what happened. That's what that channel's for. The Red Church is another roleplay channel, more specifically for people who are interested in religion and things like that. You don't have to use either of them, but I'd say focus on the Split River if you're a non-religious adventurer, or the Red Church if you are a religious adventurer, pretty much. Or just use both. Most people do. The Graveyard Shift is a channel you probably will never want to use, but it's used to memorialize fallen player characters. So when your character dies on a quest, you would post here like their name and basically like a will and some good things about them, so people remember them. It's customary to leave a message once your character dies. The vendors of Loudwater chat, pretty self-explanatory. It explains the prices that the vendors charge, so you can prepare before sessions what you want to buy. The hidden secrets of gardening. Now, you probably won't have to use this chat unless you're a thief, but it's basically where thieves gather and discuss who they might be stealing from next. And then we run quests that other players don't have knowledge of. Like, the people will, but the characters won't, so you can get away with secret stuff and thefts and things like that. Sending Stone Network is rarely used, but it's pretty much just a voice channel. If for some reason you want to have an in-character discussion in actual voice, or you just want to actually have a chat about something random, feel free to do that. Getting on quests. The place we post quests are channels in the wilderness, and they are all active quests that you can then go in, read the descriptions, and if you fit the description, make an application. The Library of Experience is all the past quests, so you can read all of the chats that were done in the past quests to see what that quest was about, things like that. It's mainly for our benefit. And Rise of the Pharaoh, don't worry about it. So we're going to discuss server and meta rules. This is probably some of the stuff you wanted to get clarification on. I'm aware it's pretty late in the video. I think I'll do some timestamps in the description to help people out. But we're going to talk about the main rules now. So in order to keep track of who is who, we ask people to change their name to their first name and their surname. And then in square brackets, you can put your character name. The main reason we do this is that when people show up to our quest, it's pretty helpful for us to know what their name is. And also it helps us manage, for example, who has a membership, who doesn't, things like that. Helps us catalogue people fairly easily. You will gain a rank depending on your level. And they are described in the rules section. So for example, level 1s and level 2s are porcelains. That's probably where you're starting out, and you work up the ranks as you go. You also are given a quest tag, a class tag, and that will tell people what your class is. So for example, if you're a cleric, you'll have a class tag that says cleric, and then it's normally, I think it's a face with a halo. If you are a multi-class, you get more than one class tag. So the game rules. We don't use XP, we use something called tokens. I know this is fairly confusing when people start. To put it mildly, it's a standardized milestone system. So every quest you'll normally gain 1 or 2, and you need to gain a certain amount of tokens equal to your current level to level to the next. So let's say I am a level 8 adventurer, and I'm going on quests. At level 8, I will need to get 8 tokens to get to level 9. That's either 8 quests, or a few that give 2, a few that give 1. When the total of tokens gets to 8, I will level to level 9. It's basically the description. If you die, you lose all the tokens that you have, and you go back to your level and then 0, unless you die in a quest in which you would have leveled. So for example, if I am level 8, 7 tokens, and I die, I will become level 9, but my new character will become level 9. So how do I sign up to quests is something I get a lot of confusion on. And pretty much, it's not first come, first serve. All you have to do is look in the wilderness, and you get a ping in general normally of your rank tag. So it will be like, new quest up for porcelains in hashtag and then a link to the channel. You click on the channel, either through that link or separately in the wilderness, and then you put your name, your class, and your levels in the classes. So for example, if I'm a level 6 rogue, my name is Jenkins, I would say Jenkins dash level 6 swashbuckler rogue, and then I'd be like, underneath I put a little paragraph, a few lines. You can go all out. People have had some crazy applications, but you can just put as much as you want, saying why, roleplay reasons you want to go on quest. For example, if the quest is about a man that I've been trying to kill for months, and now this quest is to kill him, I'll be like, Jenkins has been very interested in tracking this target, and he's been on other quests where he's tracked the target. Now that we've finally tracked it down, it would be excellent if Jenkins was able to get retribution on this enemy. That could be an application. And then there's a deadline listed, and the party will be chosen before that deadline ends, and then you'll know if you're on the quest. Then you just show up to the room that's allocated when the time for the quest is allocated. We like to say that you shouldn't be playing with the same players every 2 sessions. This is just, it's not really an enforced rule. It's just something we'll be trying to keep on. So don't expect to be with the same pair every single time. So, quick understanding of the Adventurer's Log. The Adventurer's Log is pretty much a sheet that you print off and bring with you, and then you get signed at the end of every quest with the tokens you earned and the items you earned at the quest. And the reason we have this, pretty much, the reason we have this is pretty much just to keep track of what everybody has, and also so you can keep track of the progress you've had along the way. So it's pretty much just a small bit of admin to do, and it also helps give a sense of formality about the game. So please print one off and bring it. Again, the document is in the Important Documents channel. To be playing in the game, you need to have a GRP membership. Now, that doesn't mean you can't join the Discord if you're don't have a GRP membership. But to play, we will be checking. So don't come to a session without a membership, because you're just going to get told that you can't play. All you need to do that is go to the front desk at the Northumbria Students' Union and buy one, or you can go online, mynsu.co.uk, you log in and buy a membership. If you are not a student of Northumbria University, perhaps you're like a Newcastle University student, or you've graduated, for example, there are still ways to become a GRP member, which means you can play on Westmarches. In Discord, if you message somebody who has the GRP committee tag, they should be able to help you with that. Or just ask in general if you're still really confused. I'm going to skip DMPC rules. If you become a DM, they'll be explained to you, so I don't think it's worth going over now. And just ignore them unless you're planning on becoming a DM, and then when you become a DM, ask a DM. So character creation. How do you make a character? Well, we have permitted a number of materials that you'll be able to find listed, and as long as all of the content you use is in those, then that is fine. Obviously I can't explain how to make a D&D 5e character in this short video, but if you need help with making a character, just message a DM or show up to DRP and ask a DM for help. But those are the permitted materials: the Player's Handbook, the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Volo's Guide to Monsters, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes, One Grung Above, and the Total Package. There are some things that are banned, so for example, the Flying Tieflings from Skag are banned just because flying causes problems in the game that we don't want. Unless you're casting with a spell, that's fine. You've used a resource. We're also allowing Genasi from the Elemental Evil Player's Companion, they're basically genie folk. And we use Revised Ranger. You can use Normal Ranger if you'd like, and then you can use any subclass you want, but if you think Normal Ranger is bad, and some people do, you may use the Revised Ranger, but then you can only pick the things from that PDF. It is UA, but we do allow it. Following variant rules we've discussed, we allow feats, so you can pick a feat from the feat section. We allow flanking, so if you're on either side of an enemy, you gain advantage as long as that creature isn't a higher size than you. You can move in diagonals, but basically the way it works is the first diagonal is 5, and then the next one is 10 feet of movement. And we allow half-elf variants, where pretty much you can replace one of your half-elf features with another. If you're interested in any of this stuff, I would recommend just asking a DM for help creating a character if you don't understand this. It's too hard to explain in this short video, unfortunately. So for stats, when making a character, we recommend the standard array or point by. We do not allow rolling for stats, so that's 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, or point by. Again, if you don't understand these terms, please ask a DM, and we can help you. We can't explain these kind of 5e terms in this short video. You always start at level 1, so make a character level 1. And you may roll for health on level up, but not at the start, because just take the max that you're given. If you die, and your new character is being made at level 5 or above, you do gain 500 gold to spend on goods that you could buy from the vendors of Loudwater. So for example, healing potion, or silvered weapons, or a lot of ammunition, that kind of thing. So I would recommend doing that if you die at a higher level. Some of the more complex rules in here are research and downtime, and basically we use the Xanathar rules to create one using research. And the way that this works is you spend 50 gold per week, and then you can spend an additional 100 in the weeks to gain an extra +1. You make an intelligence check, and from there the result will get you pieces of lore, and the DM in the session will tell you this. And to be able to create a blueprint to build a magic item, you need 2 pieces of lore to build a common, 4 for an uncommon, 6 for a rare, and it increases so on. Once you've done this, you can then spend a certain amount of time building the item, as long as you have proficiency in Arcana and you have proficiency in the skill. Any questions about this, I would recommend asking specifically Jack K at the moment, but of course if he's not a DM anymore, ask a DM who you think is confident on crafting. Finally, I wanted to quickly, at the end of this video, outline the process of becoming a Dungeon Master, because I've mentioned that multiple times. And we're going to announce this later on at the roleplay event, that we are accepting new DMs, and from that point on, applications should always be open. The way that it works is that simply, you make an application by private messaging one of the DMs. Once we know you're interested, we'll begin the process of your application. And the way that works is that we will basically tell you the level, the rank boundary that you'll be planning a quest for. You'll then plan it and let us know that you're ready, and then you'll run the game for us, the DMs, as players. After that, we will basically tell you after your session what was good, what was bad, and if we're going to accept you as a DM. Now, I wouldn't worry. It's very unlikely that we'll unaccept people, and we're just looking... It's very unlikely that we won't accept people, and we're basically just doing this to make sure that we test what people are like and what people understand as DMs before we unleash them on the public. Once you have finished and you have become a DM, you'll get what's known as the Trial DM tag. And basically this means for the next 3 quests, we're just going to observe the quests you do in the public and see if we have to change anything to fit the narrative. Again, this is unlikely, but it just means we're going to be following your quest plans before we give you more independence. So that's a basic summary of the rules, explaining some of how to navigate the Discord and some of the more niche points of the rules in a more colloquial way that isn't a block text. Some people will find this video easier to digest, some people found the text easier to digest, and that's entirely up to the people. So whichever one works for you, works for you. Thank you very much for watching. Again, the major points are just that the Year 1 video will be uploaded soon. It's probably already in there. If you're struggling with world info, go in there. And the application for DMs, which people were interested in. So if you were waiting for that, then congratulations. That's how it works. I hope that's more helpful. We will be talking about this then again in the roleplay event. So I hope this summary of the rules was useful. And it made you understand some of the things that you didn't understand. If you still don't understand them or you're confused, just send somebody a message. Specifically, I'm Gavin C in the Discord if you want to target me with your questions. Thank you very much. I hope this was useful.